Let's go over here. He's got his crash helmet on already, so we're not going to get a chance to talk to Michael with the hands device going on. Look. So are you a Ferrari fan, a Schumacher fan, or are you a bit more neutral?
I'm totally neutral. I'm here for the glamour, I guess.
Okay, well, it's really good to talk to you. Your mum often won't talk to me on the grid because I think she doesn't like me or something, but I think she's a sweetheart underneath, isn't she?
She is, trust me, she really is. I'll have a word with her.
No, she's fine. Okay, we're going to move on to Rubens. Lovely to see you. Pity we couldn't get Michael. I was hoping to doorstep him there and catch him out, but we're not going to make that work. Let's see if we can find Barrichello. We're getting a little bit late to turn right.
Necessarily got the best strategy for us with this car and this tyre. We need to be at the front of the grid, and that's what they went out to do. And I think that they perhaps expected Alonso to be a bit further up the grid than he was, and it's going to be very interesting to... Schumacher is going to have to go in one of those races where he sprints absolutely the whole way. Is it going to be a three-stop strategy for him versus the two-stopper of Alonso and the McLarens, or is Ross Brawn going to swerve him from a three-stop into a two-stop strategy, perhaps putting a little bit more fuel in at the first pit stop, looking at the kind of pace he'll be looking at, how fast the Renault is, how fast the McLarens are, and as well how fast the Honda of Jenson Button and Rubens Barrichello is travelling. They certainly wanted to get themselves in front of the Renault on the grid because they know that they're not going to beat them if they start behind them. So they're trying something different on strategy as well. This is what Juan Pablo Montoya was telling Louise on the grid. A mixture of very different plans out here this afternoon, and that should make for a pretty entertaining race. And certainly everybody is going to have to push to the absolute maximum. Martin, it's warmer, much warmer than anyone expected. 43 degrees the track temperature. That's 20-odd degrees more than it was this time last year. And that's a lot warmer than anyone expected.
It's incredible, the sort of temperatures we see down in Bahrain or Malaysia. And often when you test it, it's freezing cold, and coming early in the season, it's always pretty chilly here. A nightmare place if you suffer from hay fever, by the way. Do not choose this as an overseas Grand Prix if you're a hay fever sufferer. There's something very strange about this place that everybody suffers with. But Jenson was a bit slow away, but I think what they're doing down there is they're doing a practice start. They'll be getting feedback on the radio now as to from the team with a target revs of how many revs they need to put on before they let the clutch go. Of course, straight after that, the traction control will pick up any wheel spin, but there's a critical run down to that first Tamburello chicane. Everybody off the grid, and then there's hundreds of mechanics now with equipment, tyres, everybody rushing to get out of the way, down the end of the pit lane, get out of the way before the cars return on this 3-mile racetrack.
Very interesting. Michael Schumacher has gone away. He obviously wants to get some heat into his tyres, but Jenson Button and Rubens Barrichello aren't in any great hurry to get back to the grid. They want to keep Schumacher waiting when he gets back to the grid, and that's an interesting tactic by the two Honda drivers. Schumacher is over the hills and far away at this point. So making their way around. This is the revised Variante Alta. Tremendous shame that they've mullered this corner, frankly. It used to be a really aggressive attacking chicane, a wonderful place to go and stand and watch grandstand up on the right. I would recommend to anybody who'd like to see Formula One cars in action, but really they've taken a lot of the heart and soul out of that corner. A number of the drivers feel it's a shame, others feel it's safer. The cars took off there. One of the big problems of this racetrack with the curves and the cars taking off over them, the wheels are spinning in the free air. When they land again, the tyres bite. It puts a huge pressure on the drive shaft, and this is a racetrack that does break drive shafts, and that's what happened to Kimi Raikkonen last season, if you recall, in this Grand Prix when he was leading comfortably in the early stages. An amazing phenomenon yesterday though, Martin. In qualifying we saw 7 cars within 1/10 of a second. It just shows you how close it is in that midfield pack, from around about position 6 down to sort of 12 and 13.
Yes, it's been a bit of a reset button, hasn't it, with the new V8 engines. They've taken a lot of gizmos away with variable trumpets and other systems, and I think we've got quite an even platform of engine output and brought the cars together nicely. But the reliability, I have to say, has quite quickly become very impressive. The McLaren then, we keep hearing them say, we're happy with our qualifying position, we really don't mind, we're satisfied with our fuel load. But then they race the wheels off each other in the first few corners, and just about Raikkonen and Alonso have virtually taken each other out of this Grand Prix. Two of the Montoya have taken each other out of this Grand Prix. 2 of the first 3 starts we've had this season. So we'll keep an eye on those two as the tail enders are very busy trying to get some heat into their rear tyres. Meanwhile, pole position man's been waiting well over half a minute.
Yeah, and on a day like this with the temperatures as high as they are, that's not an ideal situation. 2 Super Aguri Hondas at the back of the grid. We've got 2 Hondas at the front of the grid as well. And the 62 laps of the San Marino Grand Prix will begin when the lights go out. Schumacher on the right, Button on the left. They're away. Traditionally difficult to start off the pit lane side. Button's done well though. Barrichello a little bit slow away, and Massa is attacking him. Everybody else attacking as well. Who's going to come out on top between the 2 Brazilians? Massa does, in front of Barrichello, and that must be Alonso. Look, he's already gained places off the start line. No funny business at the back. That's good to see. In the GP2 race this morning, there was a big accident on the start, but no problems with the Formula 1 cars. They are away. Schumacher leading, Button second, Massa third, Alonso, and then we've got Barrichello in the mix as well.
Well, the famous Renault star for Fisichella didn't work from 11th. He's currently running 12th. Alonso, though, did get up to 4th place, but crucially, Michael Schumacher leads the pack. It was the Barrichello must have been the biggest loser there, unfortunately, in terms of positions into that first corner. But exemplary driving. Apparently, there's a yellow flag hanging out somewhere. Oh, we got a car upside down. That is an MF1. And safety car standing by. We talked about this safety car issue. It has been deployed, of course, because they've got to get the driver out of there. Oh, there we go.
It's
down.
Albers. Yeah, Albers, you see rolling the car.
He should be okay in that, although you never want to roll over into the gravel trap. That's at the Villeneuve, the exit of the Villeneuve chicane where Rosberg crashed. And the reason that the gravel trap is so nasty is all the rollover safety bars you've got inside the car just dig into the gravel and can often leave your head and neck as quite exposed in those situations. I do believe he should have had enough. He's quite low in the car, isn't he, Albers? So hopefully he will be unharmed in that car.
At home you'll be asking what sort of speed was he doing when he had that roll. Approximately 110 miles an hour is the answer. Down at turn 6, it's the right-hander. It's where Nico Rosberg went off in free practice. And he doesn't look very happy, does he, Albers? He came across one of the Super Aguris. That's what flipped him over. And, well, the safety car understandably deployed. And that'll be very interesting from the restart point of view. We had 4 safety cars at the Australian Grand Prix 3 weeks ago. And there the story was about people unable to get heat back in the tyres. We'll find out whether the same problem exists for everybody here when they restart in a few moments.
I've got an oil leak.
Sorry, just transferring you to our oil leaks department.